Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my shop. Alright, we're going to get back on this 1949 GMC Model 100 pickup and get back to putting that radio in it. So stay tuned and let's get busy. Alright, you watched the last episode. You'll know that I'm installing a radio in this truck. I got it running a while back, and I've been running it a little while now, and I've decided that I need some tunes while I'm cruising it. And well, the installation positions are very limited in this truck based on some other things. And I detailed this in past videos in case you want to look them up. But I've got my speedometer is mounted here, and my gauges are mounted down here. Now, the reason why I've done it that way is the gauges that'll display the oil pressure, the coolant temperature, fuel level. They're all bad, and they aren't even original to the truck. It's like somebody just stuck a gauge cluster in here just to fill the hole, which is fine. I have got spare parts to repair most of it, but unfortunately this is a 350 engine and it runs hotter than the 6-cylinder did. Now the temperature gauge I have tops that I can put in here tops out at 112 degrees and at 212 degrees, and this truck averages about 185 when it's running. If I'm going down the highway around 55 and lower, it'll drop down to around 180. But in idling, it'll get all the way up to about 205. So if I put that 212 gauge in here, it'd be reading practically hot all the time, and I wouldn't like that. The oil pressure gauge I have in here now is a 30 pound, and the one I can replace it with is also a 30 psi, which is too low. This truck runs 45 to 50 cold and around 35 to 40 hot and around 10 idling, which I don't idle a whole lot, so the gauge would be pegged out pretty much like the Chevys. The ammeter does work, so I've got it connected. The gas gauge doesn't work, so I've got one down here. So in order to get this gauge cluster workable would be an astronomical price right now that I don't want to do, basically because I'd have to go to probably a new electronic aftermarket type to get a good reading. So I'm not prone to do that right now, and the speedometer doesn't work. The needle's busted off. Now it appears to be a GMC speedometer. Is it original to the truck? Who knows? But I know it doesn't work. So that's why I've got this here. Now I put him here, that was a good spot for it, and in order to get a radio to fit this slot without cutting up the dash, which is something I will not do to this truck or the Chevy. Both dashes are in great shape and I'm not going to cut them. So in order to get a radio that would fit this slot is pretty steep. It's a pretty expensive proposition at this time, and that I'm not inclined to invest in. And I can't put the radio underneath the dash because that's where my gauges presently are. So that leaves the long story that I'm finally getting to is that leaves one place left. Right here. I'm sitting here, I can see it fine. It's not blocking in any way. It's not blocking my rear view mirror nor any view, and I can see it fine. So that's not a very bad place. So I'm going to continue with the wiring and the mounting, and I think I may just go ahead and paint this here at least all the same hammered brown as the rest of the interior, so it'll kind of blend in some. So anyway, let's get to it. inches. 3 on either side. Okay. We'll leave that in. Should I solder and shrink wrap or use my crimps? Let's see how many crimps I got. Consider them right. I am going to go with the Custom Autosound speaker setup that it's just like the one I put in the Chevy. The sound's kind of tinny. There's not a lot of bass to it, but it'll work. And we're going with a Bluetooth type radio to go up there up top. Alright, here we are the next day. The paint's dry to the touch. And we're going to get them speakers connected up now. So let's see here. The speakers have barrel connectors already built in on them, so I'm going to go ahead and go with barrel connectors to connect to them.
Trying to close it down. I was doing my own thing, yeah, until you sat down. I thought that I'd catch a buzz, catch a get with the boys, the same old thing. Did you get back to my...
There you go. Now we'll clean them up. See, the speaker, the leads that came with the speakers had barrel connectors already on them, so that's why I decided to go with barrel connectors. I didn't want to cut those wires, and I had to splice anyway. Now the brown wire is spare. Alright. Alright, I wanted to get make sure the speakers were wired right before I pushed him all the way in and locked him. Alright, so here we go. Locked in. And let me see how this is. Don't matter, there she blows. Alright. Alright, let's see. One of these is for the clock. I'm going to have to read the instructions. These cheap Chinese made radios, I mean they do all right. Yeah, it's we want to see if it'll play my USB.
Hold still.
I borrowed the USB out of the Chevy. Let's see. flashing light go drive me nuts. I wonder how I change folder. Oh good, it's got the name. Rest in peace, Charlie. Now we don't want to risk any claims against me here, any copyrights, so we'll just take it down so we can see. Now, I guess I have to read the folder, which I got over there on how to change folders. I tested the phone and it worked. So, alright, I'll explain all this stuff now. I'm cruising down the road and I can see that fine. Alright. No visibility problems. Speakers there. Alright, let me see. I'm going to turn them on. Okay. Now it's showing the clock real dim. There's a way to set that thing. I have to supposedly this other port is a charging port for like a cell phone and everything. It's got a SD card slot here, which is pretty cool. It's got the microphone built in for your Bluetooth for your hands-free phone, and AM FM, and it's got an audio RCA mini jack input there for audio that way too. The only thing I see is the on some of these radios you can adjust the input level higher or lower depending upon the volume coming into the radio over the particular port, and I can't, in the instructions it doesn't say how to do it, and I've been punching buttons and I can't figure it out because I've had the audio level coming in from the memory stick is a lot lower than what the feed is from the FM radio. So anyway, I'll do some internet searching from there. Anyway, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a cheap thing, you know. It's not no top of the line anything. It's not meant to be. It's just to give you some tunes and hands-free telephone when I'm cruising. All right. That don't look too bad. No, not at all. And all this up here on the ceiling or the roof or the headliner will cover all that, and actually cover this wood too, because it's I'll just have to cut around this mounting enclosure and around the electric windshield wiper, and all this other stuff will be hidden all put there. Remember, I said to you, if you're new to the channel, you may not have known, but when I replaced this electric wiper here, I left this fuse link up here at this time, but when I go to put the headliner in, that's going to be removed and moved down where I can service it, because you won't be able to get access to that anymore. Anyway, not too bad. Let's see. I don't even know what buttons do what. Oh me. I guess I might do some reading. Anyway. Well, all right. I believe that'll that'll stick a fork in this this radio install. Now, in the big scheme of things and all the stuff this truck needs done, or adding a radio really isn't at the top of the list. But like I've said in previous vlogs and segments, that my trucks are cruisers. They're both, all my vehicles are meant to be worked and to do what they were designed to do. And adding a radio with that Bluetooth telephone just adds more comfort to the drive, and also actually gets me within the law. I get telephone calls, and having that hands-free radio, USB interface, not USB, but Bluetooth interface, actually allows me to talk on the phone without breaking the law. And you know, I fought the law, and the law won. You know, I never come out on the good end of that stick. So if you can, always do what you can do to remain within the law, because you know, laws are meant for our well-being anyway. There's some bad ones on the books, and we need to get rid of them. But all in all, we need laws, and we need people to uphold the law, because well, frankly, this is a broken world. And well, if everyone would treat everyone with love and respect, well, we wouldn't have any problem. But we know that's not going to happen. But anyway, how did I get off on it? Radio's installed. Right now I'm only running the 2 speakers in the front. We'll see. I can add something in the back later to get more bass if I want to. But, you know, I'm not, you know, as much wind noise and everything as I get out of this truck. You know, high fidelity. Boy, that's an old term, isn't it? Well, high fidelity is not top of the list. Legibility, being able to hear and understand what's being broadcast, is more important. So anyway, that's that. Now I need to get back here and weld that shock, figure out where it's broke at, and weld the shock back up. And of course, I still got the window upgrades and fixes lingering on this truck. Good thing about the glass in the windows is, other than being an eyesore, it doesn't keep the truck from being driven. Now it's the Chevy's turn to get out and do some running, and you know, in a previous vlog I dropped some hints on some future fixes and mods that I was going to do to both these trucks. And of course, on this one, adding a radio was one of them, which is now complete, and repairing that rear shock is one. Probably another need to do before I do anything else will be is to work on the bed, get the bed replaced. If you remember from an earlier vlog, I replaced some Mickey Mouse headlights. Well, I need to replace some Mickey Mouse floor covering somebody put back here in the back. I'm telling you, I think they must have been, you know, Walt Disney World Disney fans or something, because there's a lot of Mickey Mouse stuff done in this truck. Anyway, and let's see, the Chevy. Another hint on it. Well, I have gotten word on the upgrade, and it's being shipped. I expect to get it in soon, and I'll do something on that. And it's got to do with a performance upgrade to the 235 engine that is installed in the truck now. I'll give you more info when I receive this part or parts, and we'll go from there. And in closing, you know, a couple weeks ago we had some bad storms blow through here, and it blew some trees down. We were out of power for like 9 hours, and you know, that just messed our whole day up. Well, actually our whole night, but you know, it was overnight that we didn't have any power. And just to put things into perspective, I read an article this morning, and I can't remember the state. It's out in the Midwest. But a great-grandmother, she held and shielded her 4-year-old great-grandson when wind so powerful that it actually slammed her trailer into the trailer next to her. Now, she held her great-grandson in such a manner as he got minor injuries, and unfortunately she died from that. Now, that's a hero in my book, boys and girls. I don't recall her name. I truly wish she's in heaven and is resting in peace. She is truly a hero, and I would like to see more mention of it. perhaps our mainstream media could see fit to put some heroes on the tube instead of all this lies and deceit and propaganda. If you know what I mean. But I'll stop on that. So anyway, I really get off on things. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. I hope all is going good with you. Stuff's going good for me. I've got some projects in the house cropping up that's going to take me away from these trucks again for a week or two. One of them involves putting down some vinyl flooring. Oh, Lord of mercy, I don't have the knees for that. Anyway, that's coming up. So, hope you have a good one. We'll see you around. And on the next one, we'll see you.